I am BB. I am here with my screen acting up, my sound. But listen, today I have a special guest, and it is Mr. No other than Todd Williams, aka Rahiem. And I know you guys are excited, and I'm excited, and just excited on this Sunday. Mr. Rahiem, how are you doing?
I'm great. I'm great. I'm just very happy to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Listen,
Word.
thank you for coming on this show.
You know how we do. Lamb fam for life, baby.
Live for life.
For life.
I haven't been to Lambert in so long, but I plan on when all this is, I'm planning on going to Lambert because
It's
that's
all good.
yeah.
Yep.
So, what's going on with you through this coronavirus? How have you been? What have you been up to?
I'm just trying to, keep it together, stay sane, you know, stay out people's face, keep people out my face. You know, I don't really go out much. I'm a homebody. I've been finding all kinds of little projects to involve myself in to keep my mind occupied and keep my sanity, maintain my sanity as a result of the fact that I live alone. My children don't, two of my children don't live far from me. So I get to see them pretty often, and one of my grandbabies. But the rest, I have five children. Okay. So I see two of my children often, and then my other three children, I don't get to see too much. But we talk, FaceTime, phone, whatever. And so that's cool. That helps to kill the loneliness, because it gets lonely sometimes,
Oh, absolutely. I totally agree. It gets lonely a lot,
Yeah. Yeah.
I live alone, and
Yep.
it's not easy. It's not easy trying to abide by all the rules and still feel somewhat normal. Um,
Right.
yeah, I get it. I get it all the way. So, like everyone, what are some of the projects that you started?
Some of the projects that I started since I've been, in the house all day, every day.
Uh-huh.
Well, uh, so I was kind of a bad kid growing up in Lambert. A lot of people, some people know, some people don't know. And so I spent a lot of time when we lived in Lambert as a young, when I was a younger kid. I spent a lot of time on punishment. Um, and as a result of being on punishment, it domesticated me. So, because I was kind of chubby back then, and so I liked food a lot. So I learned how to cook all the meals that my mom and my grandmother used to cook. So that's one of the things that I've been doing a lot of. I've been cooking a whole lot more lately, and I'm really surprised that I'm not like a fat hog because of the fact that I've been cooking a lot more. But I learned how to cook like healthy stuff. I learned how to make my own, homemade veggie burgers and stuff like that, because I don't eat meat anymore. And so as a result of that, that's been a really good, and positive thing. I was able to actually lose weight being home every day, when a lot of people being home every day are gaining weight. So that's, what I mean? And that's definitely not easy at this age, you know what I mean? And so then the other projects one of the other projects that I took on is I'm very much an artist in every sense of the word. Like if it has anything to do with creativity, using your creative mind, that's me. That's what I'm made of. Mm-hmm. And so, and I can apply my creativity in almost every aspect of my life. And so, I went upstairs you know, looking through my closet for something to wear one day, and I usually challenge myself. Like, I'll buy like clothes that I know damn well I can't fit. And
Okay.
yeah, I can't fit that, you know, and then I'll be like, you know what, next month I'm getting my ass in there. I'm getting my fat ass in there. All
Wow.
right, and then I'll get it. Then next month I'll lose whatever I needed to lose, and I'll get in it. So I've been trying on clothes over the past week that I haven't worn in a long time because they didn't fit me. So I found a few pairs of jeans, and they look really plain, like this pair of Levi's right here. It was a plain pair of Levi's, and then I was in Walmart a few days ago, and I got this epiphany, and something said, "Yo, buy some fabric paint and just paint your jeans up."
Okay.
And I was like, all right. So I bought some fabric paint, and this is what I did to my jeans.
Nice.
I mean,
Oh, I saw that on you, but nice. Yes. Nice. Very, very nice. Listen.
yeah. So, you know, little projects like that, but and like just this little bit of detail that you see on those jeans, like that took me 2 days to do so far, and those jeans aren't finished. So, and I'm not really a patient person, but taking on projects like that has absolutely taught me to be patient, because you got to wait for damn paint to dry. How patient, like that, you have to implement patience to like wait for paint to dry. You know what I mean? even though that's a little bit of paint, it's not like painting a wall or anything.
Right.
But you still have to be patient and wait for it to dry before you could put another coat on it.
Right. And then being at your home, it's like where you gotta go. So
Exactly.
yes, I get it. I understand,
Yep.
because this it's either you develop projects or you go crazy. Like I feel the same way. I have
Right.
so many projects like going.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I'm like, one is finished, I'm starting another one, but I too, that whole creative thing, I get it. You
Yeah,
got to find some way to let it out, and
you
I'm doing
do.
the same thing, creating stuff, making stuff, drawing stuff. My new thing is doing stuff on canvas now. I'm just like
Right.
great.
Exactly.
you know
Exactly.
so
Yep.
I do get it, because that's how you have to maintain your sanity, in a way.
Yeah. And there, we're confined. Then we're not supposed to have more than however many gatherers in one place at a time. So, I mean, I live alone. I'm single, and so it's like, damn. Uh, Bedtime is real lonely. Breakfast time real lonely. Lunchtime real lonely. Shit.
Deep. It's really deep. At least you found your path, because you've been a vegan for a while, right? You've been a vegan.
Well, I've like gone back and forth. Like, I was a vegan for 12 years, and then I backslid and started eating, meat again. Not red meat, but chicken and fish. And then I became a vegetarian again. And then my life circumstances changed, and I was kind of not in my own space for a little while. And so as a result of not being in my own space, I was subjected to have to eat whatever the people whose space I was staying in ate. You know what I mean? So that really like threw a monkey wrench in my discipline, in the level of health, that I tried to stick to as far as how I ate and what I ate. So that was a very trying time. Yeah.
How about your workout? You used to like post all your videos, and you had a regimen, a real serious.
Yeah, well, I'm still on my workout regimen, and I'm actually shoot. I am. I weighed 180 when I was in high school, and I am 4 pounds under what I weighed in high school.
Oh my God, that's good. That's great.
Yeah, so I'm as far as my level of physicality, I feel good. Um, as far as my workout regimen, I'm just getting back into working out at the level that I was, because I had sustained an injury,
Mhm.
and I was off my feet for about a year and change. Um,
Oh wow.
for 7 months, I couldn't even walk. For 7 months, I was crawling from the couch to the bathroom,
Oh my.
like literally. And I didn't know what was wrong with me, and neither did the doctors.
Hmm.
Um, they thought I had sciatica, and I thought I had sciatica too. But well, no, actually, the doctor said I didn't have sciatica when they examined me. But I thought I had sciatica because of where after I read the symptoms of sciatica, where it said, you feel the symptoms in your body. So I was getting the symptoms in all of the parts of my body where you would feel sciatica. And but they said I didn't have that.
Mm.
But then I researched the stretching exercises that therapists gave to patients with sciatica, and I started doing them, and that's how I got to be able to walk again.
Wow, isn't that something? You
Yep,
diagnosed yourself and you figured it out.
yep, yep.
And yeah,
I'm
that's what.
like, nah, this is Nowheresville right here. I can't be crawling back and forth to the bathroom. Like, nah, that's not attractive at all.
No, 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 no. Especially when I feel like when you are like by yourself, you push yourself. You have to
Absolutely,
help
yes.
because who's there to do it? You got to do it.
Right, right. If you don't push yourself and you by yourself,
Hmm.
you done. It ain't gonna get done.
Yep. So now musically, what are you doing musically? What's going?
Musically, I have my studio here. It's set up. Um, it's set up, but it's set up temporarily. But I can still, do pre or post production work here. But um, I'm in a I'm in a good creative space, and a good creative mindset at the moment. So I've been working on music. I just couldn't tell you at the moment whether or not it's gonna be for me.
Oh,
I'm not sure if I'm gonna be releasing any new music. But if I do, it'll probably be in the upcoming year. But I'm working on some music for my son Rahiem and my daughter Deja.
oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Oh, that's great. So the music, you just passed it all around the family, huh?
yeah. Let me tell you, my son Rahiem is prolific. Whether he's singing or rapping, he does both equally as well. And when he does either one, I just sit down and shut up.
Wow.
Yeah, and Deja, the same thing. So I can't wait to see what who they're gonna become.
Your legacy is strong.
Yeah,
That
yeah, for real.
really deep. I
Yep.
got to check them out. I feel like I'm out of the loop. I think my niece did mention your nephew, your son to me, but
Okay. Yeah. Hmm.
I really got to go check them out. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
And my son is born on my birthday, February 13th, and my daughter Deja was born February 11th. So
wow.
Aquarius gang, gang,
Oh yeah,
gang.
Gang, gang. Oh, I got a sister that's a correct Aquarius, Jolanda. We call her Hurricane Jolanda. Okay. Oh, she probably watching this live and be like, "Oh, you always got to mention me." But yeah,
Shout out Jolanda Aquarius, gang, gang, gang.
but listen, she's listen, she's wonderful. She's a good person. So,
When is her birthday?
January 31st.
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
Yep.
That's what's up.
Yeah, she is too much. But yeah, I I was talking to Herc.
Oh, okay. Yep. My
So
brother.
yeah, he has me. I feel so bad because he's doing so much stuff in Lambert documentary. I have to give up some time to him because I'm like, he has such good ideas and
Right.
he wanted to get everybody together interview. So I'm gonna do a series of interviews because that's where I came from, and you know that's what it's all about.
Right. That's right.
Giving people voice and a platform. You know about that. It's hard
Hmm.
for especially up and coming artists to have a platform. They today it's easier because they can be everywhere. But for someone else to take interest in them and give them a platform to just tell their story. You know,
Right.
not even
Hmm.
not even music because you can find their music everywhere. Just tell your story.
Tell your story.
Yeah,
Right.
and
I agree.
I so appreciate it because you have an amazing story, and to come on to the Artist Corner platform is like I truly appreciate it. You know,
Oh, thank you.
I know that you got some big stuff going on with the Grammys. You
Hmm.
guys are getting a lifetime achievement award. That is like so huge and so should have been, but it's
I,
just major.
I'm, I try not to, um, I'm gracious for whatever accolades that and recognition that they give to us, and as far as the music institutions,
Mhm.
but for me, what's bigger than any music institution for me is that the people that I grew up with and love and call my friends and my extended family. And when I go around that neighborhood, whenever I have the opportunity to go back to that neighborhood, that um, I feel the same love that I felt when I lived there. Um, that means more to me than everything, because like the music institutions, obviously that's a great accomplishment because you strive all your life in a certain field to gain recognition in the field that you flourished in. Okay, cool. But the appreciation level for me, coming from where I came from
Mhm.
and the people that I know and love, that means more to me. You know.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's deep, and it's going back to like I want to go back a little bit, way back, like growing up. They say so much about like the Bronx and all of this stuff, but growing up, we really had culture. We had Arthur Cryer, and I
Oh
don't
my
know,
God.
like I don't know about other people how they grew up in the Bronx, but I felt like, you inspired me. You wasn't famous, you wasn't,
Hmm.
you used to
Hmm.
sing, and I used to sit there like watching you. I didn't know if I had a crush on you or if I was just like, oh my God, this is what I want to do. But it
Right.
inspired me for music. I watched you were singing, and Arthur Cryer took you under his wing. He took
Yep.
me under his wing, and
Yep.
it was such an inspiration. And for me, I have to say, in my life, that's what kind of like geared me in a direction that I've been going in all my life. I always work with young people. I always try to inspire young people, and it came from you. It came from him. You didn't
Right.
ignore me. I was a little younger than you, but at that time,
Hmm.
it seemed like I was so much younger than you, but I wasn't. And
Right.
you took the time. You always was kind. You always talked to me, and Arthur Cryer was the same way, and it made me believe that you have
You could do what I was doing. and you could,
Yeah.
and you know, for me, what means everything to me is that, because we're supposed to inspire each other.
Yeah.
Like that's our duty.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I meet somebody who who took the torch and carried the torch because I did something that was inspirational to them, like that's like watching your child graduate, from school, you know what I mean, or watching your younger brother or sister graduate, like, and you knew that you had a little bit, a small hand in that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's yeah.
Yeah.
That's what the village is supposed to be about.
And I totally get it. It's like, even doing this show, I always try to say something encouraging to young people. And, people can say what they want, but I find like so many artists, they come away and they are just so in awe that, oh, you're doing this for nothing. And it's like, it's just the support. They're not used to that because, I don't always get the support, and then I'm not doing it for that. I'm
Right.
doing it like just so
You're
they
doing
can,
it because you want to support them, and you
yes.
want to give them a platform so that they know that if nothing else, they can come here.
And it's real, and they take
Right.
it. These artists, they take it like real, like they're like,
Right.
I just love this platform, like, thank you so much. So I got that from you guys, I got that from Arthur Cry, and I just carried that my whole life.
That's beautiful.
I think it's so important. When this is all over, even like in Lambert, I want to go. Everybody know me from doing so much stuff with kids there, but
Hmm.
hopefully when this is all over, I would like to do some type of program, in the community, for kids, because
Hmm.
we got to do it. We can't look for people to do it.
No, we can't.
We got
We
to.
have to do it. Yeah, I agree. I'm down.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
definitely have to do it because, you know. Our kids need it, and our kids are talented, and our kids are talented in so many things, not just the art, science, and
Right.
they just need encouragement, and they need to know that somebody is there for them.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
I
just,
agree. Yep.
let me ask you something. So, like, if you had to, like, a young person, just like you already really summed it up, like, what would you tell an artist that was pursuing their career in this day and time? What would you say to them? What advice would you give them?
Well, I would say, um, the world is the world is not as big as it seems, and because of that, we all vibrate. We all vibrate and use vibrational frequencies, um, in order to connect to either one another or external frequencies that help to instill thoughts. Um, and so every person, every individual was born a unique
Hmm.
um, individual.
Hmm.
And for the past, I don't know what, since like 1990, uh, the kind of music that we've been listening to and being entertained by, um, we have uh, we have a group of artists who, if you play their songs one after the other, there's a great chance that if you didn't watch their videos, but you only listen to their songs,
Hmm.
you might not be able to distinguish one from the other. because they kind of all sound alike.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were all born unique individuals, every last one of us. And so don't sell yourself short trying to be someone else when you can be the unique, beautiful person and artist that you were meant to be. And obviously we're all influenced by something and someone. Mm-hmm. So it's difficult to be completely unique, but I'm not saying that you should be completely unique, but I'm just saying you don't have to be like everybody else, because when you're like everybody else, then what is it that sets you apart? Where's the uniqueness that makes you the individual that you are, right? If we all wore the exact same outfit, every single person in the whole world wore the same outfit every single day, how would you distinguish one person from the other besides their features, besides their facial features? If you didn't have, if you had to identify someone, but not identify them by facial recognition, mm-hmm. if you had to identify them by description of what they had on, and everybody had on the same thing, how would you describe them? What would make them unique? You would not be able to describe them in a unique way unless there was something outstanding about them that was not true of everyone else wearing the same outfit, right?
Absolutely.
So that is what you must do as an artist, because otherwise you just like everybody else. And you know, you can be successful being just like everybody else to a degree, mm-hmm. but you're not going to be as successful as you could be if you are unique. When you are one of a kind, you know, like that's a novelty. Mm-hmm. There's only one of you. Mm-hmm. You're irreplaceable.
Right.
All right. If there's 100 of you, you a dime a dozen. You know what I mean? So that's how you have to think as an artist. Listen to the other artists who are typical. Listen to all of the artists who there's 100 other artists like them, mm-hmm. and do the absolute opposite.
Absolutely.
Yes. Run in the opposite direction. Run. Don't be like them, because they are going to they're only going to get to a certain level, mm-hmm. and the level that they're the highest heights that they're going to reach are beneath you. They're beneath where you see yourself and where you want to be.
That's deep, and it's true.
Right? Yeah.
And that's some great advice, because that is so true. Because today you do find so many artists trying to sound like the other artists. It was so crazy. Today I had a conversation with somebody, and I have to say, you know, I was a fan of Macy Gray, but not really. I really couldn't get into her music. And my friend was saying that, and he's a fan, and he was like, the reason why he loved it is like she stands out. Like when you hear her voice, you're not mm-hmm. mistaken when
you don't mistake her for anyone else.
You know, he said, and that's the uniqueness, you know, that he, you know, liked about. Because I was like, I only heard like 2 or 3 tracks that I like all artists, but it's not someone that would be on my playlist. But when he said that, I was like, yeah, I get that. You know, I truly, truly get that, you know.
So now, mm-hmm. different doesn't always mean dope. It doesn't always mean, that's you right. know, because you're different doesn't always mean that you dope. Mm-hmm. It just means you're different. Right. Now, to be dope all the time, you got to understand what being dope is, you know? You know, you got to understand what being lit is. Whatever the term is that you use, whatever the jargon is that you use for being hot, you know, in today's present time, you need to figure out, it's a precise formula. It's science. This is science. Believe it or not, music is science, because music is mathematics, and mathematics is science. All right. Despite what we learned in school, there was a time in school when they taught math and science together, because they go hand in hand. All right. And so there's only 32 semitones. There's only 12 notes and 32 semitones in all of music. So there's no conceivable combination of musical notes or chords that you can play that haven't been played before or that haven't been heard before. So that's the reason why when you listen to music, you can't help but hear other people's songs within the scope of a song, a new song, because there's only 12 notes in all of music, and music has been around since the beginning of the civilized world. Mm-hmm. So in order to separate yourself as a music creator, a producer, songwriter, musician, you know, what have you, in order to separate yourself from other musicians, and the thing that puts you in the A-list of you know, music producers, and what makes you successful and the other producers not so successful, is how you utilize sound. The way that you utilize sound is what separates your production from another producer's production, because every single producer, including yourself, are using the exact same 12 notes and 32 semitones. So the only thing that could possibly separate you from another composer is the way that you utilize sound. So people like Teddy Riley, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, LA and Babyface, Timbaland, people like that, the producers like that, they're in the top tier because they have a sound that you can recognize. They have a signature, and they have a special way that they utilize sound that separates them from the producers who aren't as successful.
Wow. What a little music lesson you just gave. But you know, it's ironic you say that. The kids I work with over the years, I should say, um, some of them are autistic, and they may not get a lot of things, but you know what's concrete for them, and they excel? Science
Sound.
and music.
Oh, science and
Science
music.
and music. They excel.
Absolutely.
They excel in science and music. So it's a
Wow.
direct correlation. Yes, they excel. They may not do good in anything else,
Right.
but science and music, they get it.
They
They get
excel.
it.
Wow.
They get it. You know,
Okay.
that's amazing. So let me ask you something. So today's music, who do you listen to? What's on your playlist?
I don't have a playlist. I don't have a playlist because I don't listen to the radio. I don't own a television. Um, uh, I think I might have to break down and buy a TV, because every now and then I have a lady friend come over, and you know, y'all be wanting to watch stuff on TV sometimes, so I might have to get a TV for that. But otherwise, for myself, my time is much too valuable to me to waste it on watching TV and stuff like that. So, and listening to the radio. Listening to the radio, it puts me in my emotions, because I know that the bar, as far as the standard of the entertainment that we are entertained by today, has been lowered extremely. And so that I'm not walking around mad all day every day, at Hot 97's playlist or Power 105's playlist or whoever's playlist. I just don't listen. Every now and then, if I'm a captive audience in someone's vehicle, or if I'm, going somewhere and, somebody happens to have the radio on, then, I'm a captive audience and, I have to listen. But as far as, listening by choice, I don't. And as far as the artists of today, there's a few artists that uh, that I have heard songs by that I like. I like some of their music. I like some of Dave East's stuff.
Okay.
I like J. Cole. I like Kendrick Lamar. It's a few other people that I heard, but I just recently heard them, and I don't remember. I don't remember the names exactly, and I don't want to screw their names up. But I heard like maybe 3 or 4 new artists in the past week that I really liked. So I have to ask my son again what their names are, so that I get it right. Because I think they showed some promise that made me feel like I could listen to a whole album.
Okay. Well,
it's not a lot of and I don't knock the artists of today, because when we were coming up, there was a lot of skepticism. People like, yo, don't quit that day job. Rap is a fad, blah blah. So we had to hear all of the doubters and naysayers, and which I'm sure a lot of the kids today have in their ear as well. But the difference between us and them, that I would say is much more encouraging about today's aspiring rap artists, is that the advancement of technology has made it so that they don't need to be signed to a record label in order to win.
Right.
All they have to do is be a little bit internet savvy, and if they make a novel enough video that people like, the song don't even have to be that hot.
Yes.
Right? The song don't have to be that hot. They don't have to be making any profound social commentary in the song. All right. And if women like the song, home run. Home run. If y'all do that little dance y'all be doing to them home run. That's true. It. That's all you need. Yep.
It is that, I believe that is so true.
Yeah.
Let me ask you.
Artists aspiring artists, if you wanna get an instant idea from an audience, whether or not your song is hot, play your song for women or babies. You'll always get an honest reaction. They will never lie to you. All right? Because when women like a song, immediately they gonna dance. When babies like a song, immediately they gonna dance. Period. Yep.
That is so true. That is true. But let me ask you something. When you guys, these photos I have, who Who was your like a creative designer? Who
Let me tell you. Okay, so we didn't have a creative designer. We kind of winged it. You know, every one of us had our own little idea of what our style should look like individually. But then we had a costume designer who could bring all of our ideas for what we wanted our costumes to look like to life.
Mhm.
So now the reason why we dressed the way that we did in the late 70s, early 80s is because when we first started going on tour, well, initially when we first started going on tour, we was just going on, little, you know, little tours, like not with, any major artists or whatever. And so we were dressing regular. But then we started going on tour with like Rick James and Confunction and Switch and the Barkays and the Commodores and the Fatback Band and all of these major R&B groups, Cameo.
Mhm.
And so when we would on tour with all of these groups, there were a few things that we learned.
Mhm.
One of the things that we learned was how to be entertainers. Because prior to going on tour with these major R&B acts,
Mhm.
we didn't know how to be entertainers. We thought we did. We did our best. We did everything that we knew coming from where we were from. But then, when we started doing shows in arenas, like Madison Square Garden and, Nassau Coliseum and stuff like that, you got to up the ante. You can't do the same kind of show that you do in Edenwald Community Center or the T Connection
Right.
or the Webster Avenue PAL. You can't do that same thing on the stage at Madison Square Garden. All right. So you have to learn how to be an entertainer. So when we was on tour with these major R&B acts, we learned how to be entertainers. We learned how to entertain. And part of learning how to entertain was when we dressed a certain way when we were on the street. But
Mhm.
when we got on stage, we weren't the same people that we were when we were on the street as we were when we got on stage. It
Wow.
was like you transforming from Clark Kent to Superman, basically.
Mhm.
So, and in our minds, and when we were on tour with all of these major superstar R&B acts, and we're watching them perform, and the professionalism that they implemented
Mhm.
in their performances, they wore excuse me, they wore costumes on stage
Okay.
because the images that they wanted to project to their audience was they wanted to come across like they were bigger than life. They wanted to come across like they were bigger than the average person walking down the street in their hood. And you couldn't successfully accomplish the projection of such an image wearing the same thing that the audience had on.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? The audience can't look at you as their equal if you want them to look at you as like a superhero. All right. If we all wearing the same thing, if you could go in a store and buy what I got on, we equal, right? And so we wanted to seem like we were bigger than life. So you can't go in a store and buy what we got on. All right. This is Superman's costume, homie. Only Superman could wear this. So that's the reason why we dressed like that. And what Run DMC did was they dressed the way that we dressed off stage, on stage.
Okay.
Yes. Yep. Because back in the days, that's how we dressed in the Bronx off stage.
That's right.
Yeah.
You just dropped a major jewel You know, artists, you just drop. You can't be regular. You know,
Nah,
I always tell artists, you got to be. You want to be an artist, you got to be fearless. You got to reinvent yourself all the
you
time.
got to jump out the window. You can't be afraid to jump out the window and worry about how you gonna land when you hit the ground. You just got to jump and know that you gonna land on your feet. Period. That's it. It's about belief in self, because it starts there. Because if your belief in yourself isn't stronger than everyone else's belief, then how can you be? You can't be Superman. Superman never doubted himself. All right. Wonder Woman ain't never doubt herself. All right. There was no power greater than Superman in Superman's mind. That's what gave him the courage to, to get at all his enemies. They might have had kryptonite, but but in your mind, there could be no kryptonite. Right. You feel me? Like you can't subscribe to the idea of kryptonite. What that weakens you. There can be nothing to weaken you, because your strength is your mind. That's it.
Yeah, those outfits were something else though. But it makes you guys stand out, and you're right. Like nobody.
Yeah, it did. It made us stand out. And I tell you one thing, if you had an opportunity to see a Grandmaster Flash in the Furious 5 show today, and then you had an opportunity to see every single hot artist today, from today, I guarantee you that out of 20 artists of today, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 gonna stick out in your head. If you got an opportunity to see us perform live, you'll never forget that you came to see us live, because you will be entertained.
Yeah.
And there's a few rap artists today that got it and understand how to be entertainers, but not many, not the majority. And that's why it's hard for me to go to the average rap concert and sit through the average, even the superstar rap artists, even the superstar rap artists whose music I admire, whose music, like, I went out and bought. Like, a lot of them, they don't understand how to be entertainers either. Just because they multimillionaires doesn't mean that they understood how to make successful recordings. And they understood what to do to get by when they do a live concert. They understand, that if they got hot songs, they don't have to do much on stage live in order to get a response from the audience. But that's still not entertaining them. Yeah. It seems like they're being entertained because you got a hot record. But when your record cools off, right, and you don't have another hot record after that, then you're going to know how well or how bad of an entertainer you are.
That's right.
When you don't have no hot record. Because when the audience claps for your ass, excuse my language, and your songs ain't hot no more, and it's years after the fact, and you go on and they clap for you because you did a good show, not because you had a hot song, that's a whole nother clap.
Whole nother clap.
Yeah, that's the clap you want.
That's right.
Even when you got a hot song.
That's right.
Now,
let me ask you this: How do you prepare? What's going on with the Grammys? How do you prepare for that? It's going to be virtual, right? What do you?
Well, actually, I just got word from the CEO of the Grammys on Thursday that the 2021 Grammys, they're not going to have an actual show. They're not going to have a show because of COVID, because of the level of COVID cases, whatever, being on the rise in Cali. So they don't want to, they don't want to put anyone at risk. And so all of the people who are Grammy nominees will be announced. As a matter of fact, tomorrow. Tomorrow's the 21st. So the 22nd is the day that the Grammys is going to make the official announcement. So you'll be hearing on Tuesday, I believe, that we will be receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award, and they'll also be announcing all of the other Grammy Award winners for 2021 Grammys, but there'll be no Grammy Awards program. And then they said that they're going to mail us the Grammys at some point after January 31st. And then they said that they're going to honor us at the 2022 Grammy Awards with whoever the Grammy Award winners are for that year. So they're going to, acknowledge.
I was at least looking for a virtual show.
You know what? So were we, but I'm really glad that they're not doing a virtual show, because I was really looking forward to, I've never been to the Grammys before. We were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and that was definitely an awesome experience. It was, star-studded, but it's not the same as the Grammys. It's a different vibe. It's a different institution, and a different, like at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony. The majority of the celebrities that are there are usually other Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees from the year of the class of Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees that you're getting inducted with. And then, the other people in the audience are usually like record company executives, because the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame awards, to get us a ticket for that show, costs $5,000 per seat. So usually it's only record company executives and, wealthy people who have tickets to that show. But the Grammys, the general audience gets to go. And then you're not just fellowshipping with the artists who are Grammy winners. You're also, fellowshipping with Grammy nominees, because the nominees, the people who win the Grammy, who are winning, I know that they know prior to the night that they're going to win the Grammy.
Okay.
But the audience doesn't know.
Right.
And the nominees, I'm sure, know that they're not going to win the Grammy, but I know that they know that they're nominees. And so everybody, everybody gets to meet their favorite celebrities. You know what I mean? And I know a few celebrities. I'm not starstruck. But there's a few celebrities that I probably, be excited to meet or whatever. I can't think.
Like who?
Let me see. A few of the celebrities that I was excited to meet, I kind of met already. But let me see if I could think of a few more. Damn, it's really hard right now, especially because I haven't watched TV in a long time, so I don't know no damn body no more.
Kudos to you to not have a television. Oh my God. I can't even believe you said you do not have a television. I don't even know how, I mean, and I'm not even like a real TV person. Like today, I have not turned on my television all day. But I still gotta have some TV sometime.
Let
Oh,
me tell you.
good.
So I stayed in this hotel in Lower Manhattan when I was working for the Get Down. I stayed in this hotel for a year and 6 months,
Mm.
and I turned on the TV one time,
Oh
and
my.
that's because a woman came to visit me. But if I ain't have company that day, I'd have never turned on the TV.
Wow.
It serves like it serves no purpose for me.
I,
And before I moved in this place, I was living in Virginia Beach, and I was staying in a hotel for a little while, and I had a TV in my hotel room. And I stayed in this hotel for 7 months. I turned on the TV one time
wow.
to check the weather.
How
Yeah.
about the news?
I don't watch the news. The news pisses me off and make me want to go outside with a gun and shoot people.
I get it. Listen, I get it. I don't know. I love movies. I could do without a lot of things, but
Yeah,
I
I
love.
love movies too, and I don't have a, I will watch movies, but I don't watch TV to watch movies. If I want to watch a movie, I'll go online
Yeah.
on my laptop and type in whatever the movie is I want to see. If it's on Netflix or if it's on Prime or wherever it is, I have access to it. Now, what I do intend to get, because I live in a loft, my townhouse is a loft,
Hmm.
and the ceiling is really high. And so I have this one wall in my living room that's perfect to project images on. So I'm going to get a projector,
Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
and have it like, like it's a theater. Um, Whenever I watch movies or when I have whenever there's a fight or something like that.
Hmm.
That's the only other time I might watch TV. If there's a fight, I watch boxing and I watch UFC.
Okay.
Those are the only things I mess with on TV. Yeah.
Kudos to you, because I don't feel I watch a lot of TV, but oh, I don't know.
Like I like truth.
Hmm.
Like I no, I love the truth. So that's why TV doesn't work for me, because when I watch TV, I know that it's lies.
Mm.
So it's like, and even the alleged reality shows, it's like scripted reality. So that's not even true.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's like, damn, everything on TV is a lie. Why am I watching TV? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I,
Yep.
I I get it. So
Yeah.
how was it working on the movie?
To Get Down.
Yeah, to get down.
To Get Down, I worked in film and television for about 12 years. I worked behind the scenes as a production crew member with Law and Order and a few other film and television shows. And I can honestly say that the production company that I worked for the Get Down, that was the absolute best production company I've ever worked with, hands down. Shout out to Baz Luhrmann and his production company, because they were amazing. They were. It felt like we were a family. Everybody cried when the Get Down on the last day of the Get Down, because we didn't want to leave each other. It was just like a family situation, and it was just, and we made great money. We had fun. Um, Everybody was just so professional. It was a great crew to work with. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. It seemed like a great movie. I enjoyed the series. I thought it was great. I just the series
Mm-hmm.
was great. I love when you see a story and it's different. It's telling it different.
Right. Right. Yeah. if if you grew up during that era in the 70s, if you grew up during the birth of hip hop, and you saw the Get Down, to me, since I grew up, in the Bronx during the birth of hip hop, and I was there. To me, it was the closest experience that I've had since I was actually there to being there. There were scenes in the Get Down that gave me goosebumps. There were scenes in the Get Down that brought tears to my eyes because it felt like I was watching my life. It felt like I was watching myself on the screen. And there was a character in the Get Down that was actually supposed to be me, but they just didn't call him Rahiem. They called him Boo Boo.
Boo Boo. Okay.
Yeah, he was the youngest member of the group, the Get Down Brothers, the one that sung. That was supposed to be me, and I coached them. I wrote a lot. I'd say half of the lyrics that they performed in the Get Down. I wrote half, and Nas wrote the other half. And so it was a really cool experience working with them. Yeah.
I know the young people seem to be great. Like
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they great. Oh, that's
Yep.
amazing. Got a lot of good stuff, a lot of good stories. Well, I am so disappointed that they were not going to have a Grammy because I was like, oh, I must see my brothers up there, even if it's virtual, but we got to wait, and it's better to be safe because even they say a couple of people together, but it's it's scary, it's scary. And I
Right.
thought they would do testing, I guess, but the Grammys is big, so
Right. Exactly.
as they don't want to take the chance. I respect that. I respect that because so many people are still taking chances. It's
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
crazy.
So
I,
the
I
the
want.
only the
Mhm.
only other thing that I have that I'm not sure if I'm going to be releasing it before the Grammy date, January 31st, or a little after,
Oh,
is my book, my autobiography. I'm going to be releasing that very soon. I'm almost done, and give or take a few weeks, it should be coming out in January, February. So
you really have been busy. You
yeah,
really have been busy.
I have.
A
Yeah,
book, you got art. That's wonderful.
yeah.
Listen, that's how you keep your sanity. I am so proud of you. I'm so honored for you to be here, and I can't wait till your book come out. I hope it's gonna be on Audibles. I love
Oh
Audibles.
yeah, definitely,
I love
definitely.
Audibles. If I said
Yep.
to read a book, I would fall asleep. But Audibles, I could do that all. I am up on my books. I just finished Obama's book. I'm like up my Mariah
Oh, that's what's up.
Carey.
Okay, okay.
One, listen, I'm home.
I'll make sure I send it to you when it's done.
Yes, I definitely. I would love to hear it and listen to it. I love the culture. I love,
Absolutely.
you being like you are really a pioneer hip hop. You was right there when it all began. That's just like really amazing.
Thank
Really,
you, baby.
you have a
Thank
lot
you.
of stories. You're welcome. A lot of stories to tell. I love it. You gotta come back to the show when I get my all my stuff together because something it didn't stream on. I don't know if it's Facebook or YouTube. I don't know, but anyway,
Okay.
cut and paste it.
Whenever you want me back, you just let me know. I'm,
I will.
all right.
I will, and we'll get together and do something when this is all over. Something fun.
Okay, babe. Just let me know anytime.
I
I love you.
appreciate you, Rahiem. I love you too. Thank you so much for coming on the Artist Corner and just sitting and talking with me. I love it. Thank you.
Anytime.
You have a nice evening, okay?
All right, baby.
All right.
Bye.